Welcome to Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Due to the fact of my last video, which was supposed to be my last video, I have decided to give you guys a martial art video after all. Granted, I can't do any demonstrations because if you watched I might have deleted those videos. I got hurt and I got some abrasions and some scars and shit on my legs for trying to get the dog its rabies shot. So my legs are exceptionally sore. So we're going to talk martial arts. Alright, we are going to talk martial arts. We are going to give you a martial art lesson that I hope you carry with you for the rest of your life. Close quarters. This martial art video is about close quarters fighting. Alright? Because I'm going to take off from where I left off in the other video about close quarters with your knees and your elbows. Alright? Knees and elbows are close quarters combat efficient. Alright? They are not for distance fighting. Because you don't have what's his name from Dawson or whatever from fucking Street Fighter, that little Indian dude with the dots. You just stretch way out here and elbow you. That shit's not gonna happen in real life. Or stretch way out there and knee in the face. Plus, I think he can levitate. So yeah, that's not gonna happen in real life unless your ass know how to levitate. Then you can come teach me how to do that shit. If I can learn how to levitate, I'm gonna be the baddest martial art on the planet. I will be Bison. But anyway, all jokes aside. Close quarters combat is simply that. It's close quarters. And your best weapons in close quarters are your forearms and your elbows and your knees. And the reason why I say this is because in the other video I was talking about tornado kicks. And if you miss, you're in deep trouble. Whereas you use a jumping knee, you need to be in close quarters. Because if you're doing a flying knee, I'm going to be honest with you. A flying knee works great in movies. But the problem with that is, if they see you coming, they can avoid it. It's the same thing with the flying dragon. In fact, any fight move that involves your ass leaving the ground in a real fight, I don't recommend it. You don't have to believe me, but I'm going to tell you right off the bat, if one foot leaves the ground, it's already dangerous as it is, which is why I tell people when I train them, you never kick first. No. Now, if you're sparring and you're training and you want to specifically work on kicks or learning new kicks, okay. You're taking a risk at who you're sparring with, so know your sparring partner and don't try to hurt your partner. But at the same time, kicking first in a fight can be dangerous because your target's bigger than your hand. This is a way bigger thing that they can see versus this little tiny thing here. Alright? Now, I know you're thinking, but James, your kicks are more powerful than your punches. Yeah, if you can nail them, if you can get one in, yeah. But here's how it works in a fight. Whatever you connect with is more powerful at that time. And the reason why I say that is because you can't always, get them with that fist. Boom. So you got to throw a foot. You can't always get them with that foot. You got to throw a fist. But when you get in close quarters, if y'all get tied up, knee, elbows, yeah, you can get away from some shit with them elbows and those knees. But the thing is, you have to actually know how to use your knees and elbows. I mean, like I said, it looks really good in movies. It looks really good in a movie for somebody to jump up and knee somebody in the face. The problem with that is, again, it only works in close quarters combat. If you try to, if you're right here and I'm right here, and I leap from here, there's no way in hell you cannot block my flying knee unless you were distracted by some boobs over there in the corner. Like literally, some girl flashed you and you looked over there, and when you turn back, my knee is in your face because I've had time to glide through the air and hit you in the face with my knee. And now here's reality. Unless the boobs come between me and the guy I'm fighting, I have no intention of taking my eyes off the guy who's trying to kick my ass. That's just a fact of life right there. Hi buddy. See, totally missed him. But for the sake of argument, I'm not going to take my eyes off the guy that I'm fighting. The second you lose focus on your opponent, fight's done, man. You may not recover. If he leaps all the way across the room and you're looking at some girl who's flashing you and you get kneed in the face, forgive me, but you kind of had that coming. Yeah, because you weren't paying attention to the guy who was trying to kick your ass. And that's just me being honest right there. I'm not trying to be a dick about it. But if you leap from 5 feet away and I don't block it, I deserve to get hit. So 2 things have happened. One, I wasn't paying attention to you while you were 5 feet away leaping across the room from me. And two, I wasn't paying attention to you because I was paying attention to something else. Now, if I'm getting jumped, that's a different ball game. Because if you're getting jumped, you're not going to be paying attention to the guy that's not in the midst of the battle. The guy that's 5 feet away while you're handling his buddy, you're not going to see him until it's too late. And by the time it's too late, you done been stuck. So either you're going to have one hellacious recovery time, or you better be ready. And the thing about being in a fight, last time I said this, I wound up getting hit in the face, so I might want to be careful at how I speak. I haven't been in a fight in a long time, but I know now for sure that I can still take a hit. And the thing was, when you aren't able to take a hit, or you're not fast on recovery, or you don't know how to handle battle fatigue and battle combat, it becomes a problem. But that flying knee, when you're one-on-one, you shouldn't be hit by a flying knee. You should not be hit by a flying knee. You should be focused on the guy that's leaping across the room to knee you in the face. Now, you may be in shock that someone can leap 5 feet across the room and nail you in the face, because that would shock the shit out of me too. But this is why they make blocks. And also, as dangerous as a knee is, an elbow block to that knee is just as dangerous. And the thing about that, when you strike, you want to strike like at the tip of the knee. Okay, see, this is where I piss off martial artists. I'm a believer in pressure points because I was taught it in Kempo. But I knew about pressure points before I ever learned Kempo, and I started building up a high tolerance to pressure points, so that when people started using Mantis or Kempo or Judo locks, I would be able to withstand yay so much pain long enough for me to get the hell out of their grip. And if not, then long enough for me to make my arm go numb so that I can't feel the pain and I can still fight. Now, a lot of people can't pull that off, but a lot of people can pull that off, which is why a lot of people who take judo can tell you the more you know about the human body, the better it is for you. And the same thing with Kempo, because in Kempo, like I said, here's where I piss everybody off. Everywhere there's a joint, there's a pressure point. So every indentation on your front and back of your fingers are pressure points. Now, you have 365 of them. Now, I will say that there are 250 that supposedly can kill you. I did that for the people who don't support pressure points, alright? But I can tell you right now, I've never killed anybody with them, but I've damn sure fucked people up with them to make sure that they can't fuck me up. A good grip is everything. However, you don't have to have a lot of strength to work a pressure point, to manipulate a joint. You don't have to have that. When people put people in a Fujiwara, it involves pressure points. That Fujiwara armbar, which is all the way back there, when people put you in the regular armbar between their legs and they reel back and your muscles are against their thigh and it's overextending your elbow and everything like that, because there's pressure points in there, and right pressure point, right amount of damage, they're going to tap. It's really that simple. They're going to tap. And for people who tell you that pressure points don't work, I'm going to tell you to tell them, get put in the right one by the right person. That way you will know. Because, hey, look, I was taught pressure points. I know where they are. I know how to use them. The trick in a fight, if you want to get to someone's pressure points, is you just have to be better than that person in a fight so that you can immobilize them. Other than that, the fight's going to go on. Let's keep it real. If I can't get through your defenses, if I can't get through this, or this, or this, and every time I throw and you boom, boom, or you boom and counter, I got to counter to protect myself. So if I don't and you get one in, and then you grab me by the tuft of my neck and ram my head into your knee, fight's pretty much done. Because I just sucked. Just that simple. That was the day that was meant for you to beat my ass. I just totally fucking sucked. And that's exactly what's going to happen, because pressure points are not a joke. Pressure points are something that you should definitely take into consideration. I tell people that because, I watch a lot of martial art channels. They don't watch me, but I watch them. But I can tell you now, you may call pressure points bullshit until you actually meet someone who knows how to use them. I have no idea what damn flavor this is. I also don't give a damn. I'm thirsty. And clearly, if the Kool-Aid man busts through my goddamn wall, I'm going to kill him. Oh yeah. Anyway. Anyway. The thing about fighting, you have to know what you can and can't take. Because that will decide your fate in a fight. So, close quarters. Close quarters. Elbow slam. When you elbow them, you hit them here, you lock your hand back in and you ram. When you bring them down, you bring your knee up. So it'll be boom, 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 and you slam. So your knee can go outside or your knee can go inside. Just depends on where you're gripping your opponent by the back of the head. If you got them by the arm and you ram them and you drive your knee into their chest or their armpit up in here or even in here, you can put a knee anywhere. You can put an elbow anywhere. The thing about being a martial artist is your entire body is your weapon. In close quarters, these knees and these elbows are your most dangerous assets. And why? Again, this is roughly the size of my elbow. The armpit. My armpit is like when my elbow is bent, my elbow is like square. So minus the square part, I can fit that under your arm and hold it there. So when you're extended and I'm short and I go under and I block it. Your shit's right here. I'm in pressure points. All I gotta do is just keep thrusting my damn arm up in there while your arm's over my head. And while your arm's over my head and my elbow's in here, I'm hitting you here, either with a foot or my other hand. I got an opening. If I get my foot under your arm and I'm holding it there, you gotta maneuver to hit me. While you're doing that, I'm already hitting you. So you have to understand how the human body works. And everywhere there's a joint, there's a pressure point for those who are taking Kimbo, for those who have took Kimpo. And if you haven't took Kimpo, you should probably look into it. I didn't take Kimpo longer than a year, but I took it long enough to understand how body mechanics work. Alright? When I was taking karate, I was always taught if you have to break an arm, you break at the wrist, the Steven Seagal break. Where if you're doing Kung Fu, you break at the elbow. The only break that I prefer. Because this way, all of this, you see my arm? See how that works right there? Look at it. This stops that. Alright? So pressure points do work for an extent. Since this is not about pressure points, this is about close quarters combat. So when I block you, if I block you this way, and I can get your arm through here, I got you. And I'm going to bring my knee into your armpit. So I have your arms here. I'm bringing my knee into your closest armpit. Because I'm also planning on pulling you down. In the event that you're stronger than me and I can't, my knee needs to be ready to go. I understand how that works. So you throw a punch, I catch it, elbow you in the ribs, I grab you by the back of your head, bam, I slam your knee or my knee into your face. I'm hoping to knock your ass out. Especially if you're bigger than me, because I don't want to just piss you off. I want to put you down and keep you down. So let's say I put you down. Now I'm going to put my knee that I just need you in the forehead in on your neck. Because if you can't breathe, I don't give a flying fuck how big you are. If you can't breathe, you ain't hurting nobody. You ain't hurting me, and you ain't getting hurt. Because you can't breathe. Well, you're probably going to get hurt from that part. But for the most part, with the close quarters combat, elbows and knees lead to victory. Keep that as your saying. In close quarters, elbows and knees lead to victories. I'm James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Athlete number 2. Be seeing